A big welcome to my YouTube channel. A few days ago, I did a video where I was talking about slowing down in terms of recruitment with sponsorship, especially for organizations such as the NHS. But something has happened that has actually made me make this video, because it seems as though slowly, quietly, silently, recruitment with sponsorship is back with the NHS, because I do have confirmation from somebody that actually got their CoS. And what is exciting is the email that they got, and we're going to go right into details about the email, because this is exciting, and this is someone that I've been on this journey with since last year. So this is exciting news for me, but above everything, it's exciting news for our community, for those that are aspiring to get into the NHS, because it's a beautiful experience. There's so much to learn, there's so much opportunity in there. No wonder why I will never stop sharing those opportunities. So without wasting much of your time, I'll get right into it and give you a background study to this. So this lady, sometime last year, she reached out to me and said, Flo, I really want to get into the NHS. And we had a very lengthy conversation where we spoke about all the options into getting into the NHS. I'll just give you a quick rundown of those options. One is to just directly apply on track. Definitely, you look for these jobs on NHS Jobs, Indeed, or any other websites, and even trust websites. You can find these opportunities. So applying directly is one of them. Also, going through bank, joining the bank team and starting working as a bank healthcare assistant is another opportunity of getting into the NHS. Also, volunteering with the NHS is another opportunity. And for this lady, she had been applying for ages, like most of us, with no success. So I referred her to some of the videos that I've made on YouTube. If you're watching this video and you really want to get into the NHS, go and watch the videos that I've made, because some of them, if not most of them, are based on my experience of working in the NHS. So I really swear by them, because I'm starting to see success from people who have gone through that whole cycle. So what this lady went on to do was she started volunteering, because that was the easiest to get into round about that time. And a few months later, she got an opportunity to join the bank team, because if you're volunteering, you don't get to do a lot. The things that you do on the ward are limited, but it is a good way of getting into the system, because you equally access wards, you access the staff, you get to see and absorb how they work, what they do, and what a typical day working on a hospital ward is like. So it's a brilliant experience. Believe you me, it's not a waste of time, it's not a wasted opportunity, but it is an entry pathway. So she joined bank a few months later after joining volunteering, and she worked on bank, and it was the end of last year. She was still on bank. She reached out to me and said, Flo, I'm on the bank, but I really want to get in. And I do remember at some point she reached out to me and said, Flo, I've seen this vacancy and I have applied, but unfortunately they have shared with me that this role has got no sponsorship. And I kept encouraging her to say, well, it's a good thing that you have these conversations. But there's this thing that stood out for this lady for me. She told me that she reached out to the lady that she was emailing back and forth, the recruiting personnel that she was in contact with, and she asked a very bold question. She says, so what is it that I need to do to get onto sponsorship? And they went on to explain to her that she's a bank healthcare, she's a band 2, and the trust does not sponsor band 2s. However, if anything comes up, they will definitely be in touch with her. And guess what? They did. As soon as there was a vacancy that had an opportunity, it was a band 3 opportunity, they told her to apply. She applied, went for an interview, and passed that interview. And the thing that's giving me hope is the fact that they actually stated in writing that come April, we are going to be sponsoring. Come April, these will be eligible for sponsorship. I've said it explicitly in my previous video, where I said with NHS, recruitment is a season thing. Recruitment is a timing thing. What do I mean when I say it's a timing thing? I know I mentioned the fact that they run a financial year that starts from April to March. So we're approaching April, beginning of financial year. They've got budgets, they've got projections for the year. They know what they want staffing wise. And if you're already on the radar, and by being on the radar, if you're already within the organization, that positioning yourself in the pole position for being sponsored, for being recruited, which is why I'll never stop encouraging people to really take volunteering and joining the NHS Bank seriously, because these are yielding results, as you can see. And she applied for her visa. One of the things that stood out for me as well is that her visa came out within 24 hours. I've applied for visas before. I've never been that fortunate. It's a story for another day where I'll share timelines and how it's been like for me, because I was just like, how lucky can one be from being sponsored, from getting a CoS when the season is quite dry, to do all that and having your visa granted in 24 hours. I know what can one ask for. She is a fortunate lady, and I'm so excited. Just the mere thought of her story, the mere thought that we'd been working on this for a full year. And for me, it's the patience that she had, it's the hope, it's the resilience, it's the way she carries herself above everything. And I do hope one of these fine days we will have her on this platform talking about her experiences, because there is so much that we can learn from her story, her journey, and everything that she's been through coming to the country and doing everything that she does. There are things that I want to emphasize that stood out for me in this whole story is the fact that she already had built relationships with her managers by just the fact that she's in the system. She's showing up every day. She's on the bank. She's chipping in when they are stuck. Number two, consistency in terms of attendance, in terms of turning up week in, week out. She was telling me every week she would pick a shift. Every week she would be there helping out. That is marking territory. That is showing that I'm ready. I know I'm part of the team. Another thing as well that I always emphasize when it comes to being on the bank and doing what you need to do is consistency in terms of performance. I'm not going there just to wind up time. You're not going there just for the money, but for positioning, for visibility. If in terms of your documentation, visibility in terms of your rapport with other team members, visibility in terms of performance, actually performance. And my experience of working for the NHS, I know when bank staff come in, all eyes are on them. And believe you me, we talk. Believe you me, everybody talks. If you are a bank staff that stands out, everybody won't stop sharing and praising you. So remember, all eyes are looking at you. Remember, this could be you in the spotlight. So this is your best chance and opportunity for you to shine, to stand out, to portray that I'm ready to join the team, to portray that I'm professional, to portray that I know what I'm doing, to portray that I'm caring, I'm compassionate, I'm there for the patients, and I understand assignment. This is very key, and I cannot stop overemphasizing this. I've been sharing in posts. If you are on this platform and you don't follow me on Facebook, please do go and follow me on Facebook, because we are sharing nuggets, we are sharing wisdom on that platform. And I can't wait as well to start making videos on the things that we have spoken about since the beginning of the year, because this is the time where we are building each other. This is the time where we are positioning ourselves for success. I've been saying time and again that we've been in the country for long enough for us to start really looking at the next step, to start really where we are and what sort of spaces we need to start penetrating. And you are on this platform. If you're on this channel, you need to be in that community of dreamers, that community that sees opportunity in everything, in day-to-day tasks, day-to-day service, different service that we are in. It's an opportunity to see a window of opportunity for yourself and to start really thinking progression. And also, we're going into the future, we're going to be talking about pathways for progression, what you need to do, pathways for study, because I know all of you on here are keen on studying. And when opportunities do open, we'll also be sharing on other opportunities, viable, practical opportunities in which people can relocate. We haven't forgotten about you. Those of you that are still back home and are dreaming about relocation, we are going to also be sharing on this platform. As per tradition on this platform, you share the do's and don'ts, things that we do not do on this platform. So I know I've shared with excitement. However, most of you will be having those questions to say, is it time for me to leave that job and hope that I'll get sponsorship with the NHS within weeks, within days? Guys, every trust is run differently. This is a different trust from the trust that you are near. So I don't encourage people to leave their jobs completely at the moment until you get your certificate of sponsorship, until you get your visa in hand, then you can hand in that notice. As well, I do not encourage people to harass recruitment teams by calling, ringing, pestering them. Be professional in your approach. See where the wind is going. There's nothing wrong with asking for feedback. There's nothing wrong with probing and asking you think or when they think will resume. This is happening, and this could be the slow return of visa sponsorship roles. And I know the NHS announced that it's increasing salaries, so that could mean that shortfall between the salary threshold for sponsorship could be met come April. So it's a case of positioning, like I've been saying throughout this video. Positioning. If you're still working in domiciliary care home support work and your dream is to work within the NHS, start positioning yourself out going forward. And also, this is a long game. Be patient. You need to be patient. And another thing as well, I want to talk about the do's that you can do in the meantime. Positioning is one of the things that I've been talking about throughout this whole video. Get in there as a volunteer. Get in there as a bank staff so that you are within the system. You're learning the ropes. You are learning the system. You're already a step ahead when you do that, because part and parcel of the things that managers and recruitment teams look for is to look for people that are already a fit team, a fit for the organization. People who understand compliance. I've been in the country for 3 years. If you're talking 3 years or more UK experience, compliance is one of the things that they're expecting from you. But how can you be compliant when you don't know the system? So positioning is very key. Also, one of the things that I want to emphasize is putting your ducks in a row in terms of your references. There's nothing that is disheartening as for one to get an opportunity and lose it because you were not prepared, because you didn't have your references in place, you didn't have everything that you needed in place. So make sure you do have those references in place. Make sure you do have that supporting statement, that CV. Now is the time for us to be pushing out applications, to be preparing that supporting statement. And exciting news again, I'm helping support people with their supporting statement, but you have to go on my YouTube channel, subscribe on my YouTube channel, and we will gladly arrange for you a slot for a one-to-one support session where you get access to us, you get to speak to us, and we share some of the wisdom that we have, some of the lived experience that we have, and answer all your questions and help you prepare that personal statement, help to show you how you would best position yourself for opportunities as this one. So if you haven't done so and you're watching this video and you're already in the UK, please do subscribe. And even if you're still abroad or you're elsewhere abroad, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also do subscribe to our Facebook channel. That's where you can get to me. That's where you can get to speak to me, and we look forward to seeing you there. So not overemphasize the fact that this is the season when opportunities do open. I know last year I was busy sharing opportunities, sharing recruitment events. I'm fingers crossed, I'm touching wood that very soon we will be seeing a rise in those events, because I see these things every day. I work in care, I work for the NHS, and I do know the kind of shortage that they have. They need you, but they don't just need people. They need people that can add value. They need people that can ease pressure. They need people that already understand their system, understand their assignment, and are going to complement their team. So that's all I had for you in this video. If this testimony is encouraging you, please type positioning in the comments. And if you want more about criteria and how she did it, everything, personal statement, information, and all of that, please do type in the comments so that I will know and I'll find the best possible way to articulate it in a video, because I want to see us grow together. I want to see us positioning ourselves, transitioning into those roles really that positions us for future growth, for future success, and above everything, positions that create that work-life balance. I want to talk about that in a separate video, because I have realized the importance of that work-life balance, and I don't take that for granted. So that's all I had for you in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, because we are dishing the targets, how to progress, opportunities like apprenticeship and the like. We're going to be talking about them on this platform, so you don't want to miss any of that. So bye for now. God bless you.